Hi, friends. Dr. Nancy Trimbley inviting you to take back your power and your knowledge over your health. So not only can you get your greatest joy out of life, but we can live life as we thought we would at this point. I intended today to tell you about some goings on that have been going on inside my head, just my thought processes, and I will. But what has happened just today, and I'm going to share screen with you so you can see, is that one of the greats amongst information about health and nutrition has had to remove every single article from his site. I'm not going to mention the name, but you can see my screen share to see who it is. And this person was the first one who introduced me to the idea of vitamin D being so essential to help against the flu virus. And this was probably 20 years ago. And he mentioned a research study that was done amongst prison inmates. And they found that those prison inmates that had an adequate level of vitamin D, meaning above 60, 80 is better on a blood test, that those inmates did not catch the flu. And so with this current situation that we're in, he promulgated that get your vitamin D levels checked, which I promulgated, which I found was which they found as they were looking at people that had been stricken to be very, very important to have those vitamin D levels up. As a matter of fact, if you were at 50 or below, you were considered to be in a dangerous zone. And the thoughts that were going on inside my head was that I've become distraught lately. I try to stay upbeat for you guys, and my information is always there for you, and I'm here for you. But I became distraught because one of the supplements that helped me to get over COVID and is on my list of favorites, which you can get if you go to drnancy.health, is a downloadable document. One of those supplements was pulled from the market very recently. And I did get a few bottles of it. So I've got it for my own stock, and got it in case somebody close to me or somebody that I know wants it or needs it. And it is not a dangerous supplement. It's actually an amino acid. If you take any kind of protein powder in your smoothie, this is one of the components. It's just a simple building block to make muscle proteins in your body. And it was pulled from the market. And the FDA did this so that an average citizen could not buy it. It is very effective against our current situation. And it got me thinking about vitamin D. And I thought, well, they can't take vitamin D away from us, but maybe they did. Do you recall back in the 80s, maybe the late 70s, when slathering 50 USP sunscreen on you became the thing to do? I still have family members that say, oh, never leave the house without your sunscreen. And now what we know about vitamin D and how our body makes it just by exposure to the sun, just by 15 minutes in sunlight on your face and chest every day will give you all the vitamin D that you need for most people. And it really depends on where you live. If you're above the 40th latitude, I believe it is, you may not get enough vitamin D in sunlight and will need a supplement. If your skin is darker, you do not absorb as much. If you have more fat cells in your body, because vitamin D is fat soluble, you will need more vitamin D, probably in supplementation. But look at this. We were told and we believed through research and the media that sunlight was bad. And it turns out that sunlight gives us vitamin D, which protects us. So in essence, sunlight, vitamin D, was taken away from us a long time ago. Now, it is true, overexposure can lead to skin cancers and conditions. But let's think about that. Let's think about what is natural, what is real, what is our body doing that we have no idea of, the brilliance of our human bodies. And we, in our educated minds, can't understand all of that. So I want to circle back to this page that I'm looking at. And I want to ask you, for what reason would things that help be taken away from us in this current situation and other situations. For what reason? And you know what? If you're all about the masks, if you want to wear a mask, if you want to wear clown shoes, you do you. If you feel like the vaccine is, oops, I shouldn't have said that. If the reformat is what I love to call it, because it is a reformat of the computer of the cells of your body. If you think the reformat is safe and you think the effectiveness is worth the risks, whether it's short term or long term, you do you. I believe that we should give the reformat 2 to 5 years to really see the test on the population as a whole, but you do you. Why are very safe things being withdrawn from the public, though? Why are very safe, time-tested medications that are highly effective on our current situation withdrawn? Why? I don't know. Maybe you know, but it's something to really consider. That's what makes my blood boil. I understand that you want people to travel down a medical path. It's been that way for 50, 60, 70 years. But why pull things away from those of us that find that there's a better choice? Why even make those things unavailable? So that's your question for the day. Be well. Turn off the news. Go hug your neighbor. Bye for now.